Do y'all remember Becket Cook? You know, he's that guy. I did a video on him about 6 months ago, went on the 500 Club, and talked about how Jesus cured him of being gay. What is up, you godless bastards? You find yourselves in the rage. I am the Raging Atheist, and I want to talk about Becket Cook. Now, I talked about him about 6 months ago, and the atrocious things he was saying in promotion of his book, talking about how Jesus took away being gay, all of this shit that just obviously I don't think is true, and we'll get into that a little bit.
I was on a shoot, and a photographer from New York came to LA to do the shoot with us, and he said, "How are you doing, Becket? How's life?" And I was like, "Well, I'm a Christian now, and I told him the whole story, and I said, I'm not gay. I don't live that life anymore. I'm not gay anymore." And he said, "No." He first said, "I said I'm a Christian," and he said, "You can't be gay and be a Christian." And I said, "David, I'll get to that later, but."
Well, Becket has a problem with Elliot Page coming out as trans. Elliot Page coming out and saying that he's a man instead of the woman that a lot of people grew up with. And I don't think that this was really a surprise for anybody that followed Elliot Page's career closely. But Becket Cook has a big problem with Elliot Page coming out as trans. A big enough problem to find those videos I made 6 months ago and comment on them. Becket Cook says, "Praying that you meet Jesus one day, it's amazing." And then Paul J. Mansell replies, "Amen." Fun stuff, he later comments. Do you think that quote unquote Elliot Page is Ellen Page's new identity? Do you affirm that? I think I know what my identity is. And then Paul J. Mansell says, "Amen." And then Becket says, "Jesus doesn't cure everything. The Apostle Paul asked God to take away the thorn in his flesh 3 times, and God didn't do it. But Paul said, 'Your grace is something me.'" And then Paul J. Mansell replied, "Amen. You're loved unconditionally, Becket. You're a child of God. Yes, you are." And, I just have to ask. I have to ask for somebody that's a celibate man now, that this Paul J. Mansell, he seems to be following you around, and I'd like to know why. I mean, it's not really my business outside of the fact that you're going around pretending not to be gay anymore, when that's clearly not the case. You're going to talk about being your authentic self when you are denying your authentic self. But we'll get to all of that. Friendly Atheist did a story on this, and people are talking about this. Becket Cook is really, really butthurt that Elliot Page is getting support when Becket Cook didn't. So let's check out what Becket Cook is saying.
And today I want to take a look at a story that broke a couple weeks ago about Ellen Page. And many of you know who Ellen Page is. She's an actress. She was in the movie Juno. She was in the X-Men series. She's on a Netflix series called The Umbrella Academy. And she decided to become a man.
You'll somewhat correct this later, but you definitely shouldn't be dead naming Elliot Page. You should not be dead naming him. You should refer to him with the proper pronouns because he is a he. Trans men are men. Trans women are women. And if you want to be accepted so badly as this new born-again Christian that has completely denied who you really are, I would think you would understand that.
And she calls herself Elliot Page now. And when I first saw this story, it really struck me at how Hollywood and the culture, there's this double standard because...
Oh, really? There's this double standard. Why? Because you think there is? Because you're going to assert that there is? Because this has got to be all about you, Becket Cook? It can't be about Elliot Page and what Elliot Page is going through. This has to be about what you went through when you was a douchebag and you came out, you denounced being gay, you accepted Christianity, a religion that calls people like yourself abominations. And yes, I have spoiled the whole video for you. His bitch fest here is basically Hillary Clinton didn't tweet out about me, Hollywood didn't support me like I thought they should, even though he's going to admit that he was treated rather kindly with his atrocious announcement of Jesus cured me of being gay.
As a lot of you know, 11 years ago, I had this radical transformation from atheism to Christianity. I had this major road to Damascus conversion. And after that conversion, I no longer identified as gay.
No, you identify as a douchebag Christians that think gay people such as yourself are abominations and going straight to hell. That's why you deny yourself being your authentic self, because you're afraid you're going to go to hell for sucking a dick. It in no way compares to what Elliot Page is going through, who is actually finding his true, authentic self, who is standing in the face of society and all the things that they would say about the announcement, being brave and saying, here I am, look at me. Your situation is very different than that. Your situation is, here I am better than you, follow what I did because you're gonna go to hell.
And that was a label that I no longer use, and it's something that is a part of my past, and it's not something I would ever describe myself as. And so I live as a single celibate man.
It's not something that you would ever describe yourself as, although you admittedly described yourself as that, as being a gay man all of your life. And you saying you don't identify as a gay man, that you are a celibate man now, is just ridiculous. That's like me not having sex with a woman. Like if I go years and years and years and not have sex with a woman, am I no longer a heterosexual man, or am I just a celibate man? No, I'm heterosexual. I still get my rocks off of women. You obviously still get your rocks off of dudes, or you'd be sleeping with women. If Jesus had cured you of being a gay man, you would be sleeping with the opposite sex. But you're not doing that. Jesus didn't cure you. You're just trying to make fucking money.
And even Hillary Clinton tweeted a tweet in support of Elliot Page, and it says, "It's wonderful to witness people becoming who they are. Congratulations, Elliot." And so I saw this and it just really struck me, because when I became a Christian...
Again, it has nothing to do with you. Hillary Clinton isn't tweeting to your punk ass. Hillary Clinton is tweeting to Elliot Page about what Elliot Page is going through. Nothing to do with what Becket Cook went through. Nothing at all.
This was like a shock to their system when I told them just became a Christian, an evangelical born-again Christian, and they were stunned. And what was surprising is, for the most part, everyone was pretty supportive.
All right, there you have it from his own mouth. Everybody was pretty supportive. You know, he didn't get shunned like a lot of gay people get from their Christian parents or Christian friends. You know, the atheist didn't shun him for being the ridiculous little man that he's being, for saying these awful things. Gay is evil, gay is abomination. Dude, no, they didn't do that to you. They didn't do. So what's your problem? Why are you all butthurt about Elliot Page getting support when you yourself got fucking support? And here it is. People like Elliot Page more than they like Becket Cook. That's what it boils down to.
In this tweet from Elliot Page, he talks about, I'm just going to use the pronoun he, but he talks about, finally becoming his authentic self. And what's interesting is that day that I got saved, that when I was reconciled to God through Jesus Christ, I was genuinely, finally, in my life, I was finally my authentic self.
Yeah, and you just said people were supportive of that. You just said that your closest friends and family still loved you for that, still was a part of your life. Maybe not all of them, but most of them. You said generally they were supportive. So what's wrong with Elliot Page getting support? And finding Jesus is not becoming your true, authentic self. It's becoming that true, authentic, what Jesus wants you to be self. No, finding Jesus, if you're a gay man, and denying yourself your passions, denying yourself your love, denying yourself a chance at being with somebody that you could possibly love, that's not being your authentic self. That's being somebody fake for Jesus. You need to fucking understand that.
Like, there's nothing more authentic than being who God created us to be. God created us to be in relationship with him through his son, Jesus Christ. And that's about as authentic as you can be.
No, it ain't. That is about as fake as you can be, because you have no evidence that God created you to be anything. You do have evidence that you was born, and you have evidence that you was born gay, and yet you're going to let this 2,000-year-old book dictate to you that what you are is indeed evil and should be denied. That's not authentic. That's pretty fucking cowardly.
So Elliot Page is very happy now to be his authentic self. And Hillary Clinton says, it's wonderful to witness people becoming who they are. But is that true? Or is it just wonderful to witness people becoming who they are when it fits the popular cultural narrative of the day?
You know what, Becket? I'm really sorry that Hillary Clinton gives two pisses about you and your struggles as coming out from being a gay man to a Christian man, being part of that majority. I'm really sorry for that. Here, let a baby cry some tears for you. All right, new Patreon slides are coming. Want to send that shout out to you guys. I love you. Thank you for your support. I'm going to do individual slides for each tier. Your names can be bigger and I can highlight you more. New slides coming soon. And as always, I'm your boy Nakasuchi. This is The Rage. If you like the videos, hit the thumbs up, subscribe, share me on your social media, comment in the comment section below. Hit that bell so you're notified every time I put out a new video or every time we have a live stream. And as always, I'll see you soon.